ないのが残念ですね。乗れますから下がっていてください。え、はい。100点とか上下の振動もさせます。シャボン玉が。
Hey there, guys. Dreamsword back with my monthly action figure review, trying to review figures that no one else has bothered to take a look at, or at least at the times that I record them. Today we're looking at the Robot Spirits Turn A Gundam Nano Skin Finish version, which is a repaint of the Robot Spirits Turn A Gundam. An excellent figure. A few people have already reviewed that one before. No one's reviewed this one, at least as far as I know. And so as always, we're gonna start with the very first thing you see here, whenever you get any figure anyway, is the box. And my box is a little beat up, but I will say I do absolutely love the box. Because, like, I don't know if you guys can, but, like, you have the little holographic promo image on the thing right there. You have a unique background. I don't know if you can really see it that well. But instead of the plain, like, silver piece of cardboard, you have, like, this galaxy effect in the background. On the side, really nothing much. On this side, you have another promo image of the Turn A, looking pretty cool. On the top, really nothing there. Bottom, just general info stuff. And, crap! And the back, you have some more promo images showing off the figure, and a couple poses you can do. All in all, nice packaging. However, before anyone starts to say, oh, Dreamsword, this is just going to be a repeat review of those other reviews, because all it is a repaint, right? So, like, you might as well just talk about the paint job and nothing else. Well, I have something else those other reviews have not done. First and foremost, I bought the Weapons Pack expansion, or weapon set for Turn A Gundam series, as you can see there. That you unfortunately have to get separate if you want more accessories for this guy, as well as the Turn X, but we're not going to talk about the Turn X's stuff. Right now, though, we're just going to talk about the boxes, or box, rather. You can see black and white images of all the weapons, thank you, God, English, that come with it. So you get this little side firearm, you get the Gundam hammer, which is a real chain, by the way, you get the drill, and you get this beam saber for the Turn X. And if you go to the back, it shows how both mobile suits can hold those weapons, showing you what ones you get, and then not too much happening on the sides here. But yeah, we'll show these off. They're all done well. It just sucks you have to buy them separate. But that's not all now. Oh no. See, because I have one other thing that I'm pretty sure no one else has shown off. And you unfortunately also have to buy this separate. This big O box, which is the Moonlight Butterfly effect. Specifically, this is the non-clear version, because the clear version's way too freaking expensive nowadays. But yeah, this is pretty cool promo box art. You get the moon there with the Moonlight Butterfly popping out of it. You get the two mobile suits getting ready to fight. Nothing really on the top or bottom. Same with the sides, it's just continuations of the front. And then the back, it shows you, it comes with a really cool stand, all black and white. So you'll have to wait for when I open it up and show these off in pictures to see what it all looks like. But yeah, pretty alright packaging. However, where this thing really shines, see what I did there, is, well, the paint job, figure itself, all that stuff. So let's dive right in. Here we go. So here's the figure outside the box, and man, I love the way this guy looks. Holy crap. And before anyone goes to say, oh, well, it's just the Turn A Gundam but with a silver sheen, nah, there's more detailed panel lining, and all of his other colors have like this chrome finish on it, or at least they are painted to pop out more, and I really dig it. Like, this guy will definitely pop out on your shelf. I love the look of this guy. I really do. For a simple repaint, they really did a top-notch job. And for those who might not believe me, here's the OG Turn A Gundam Robot Spirits figure right next to him. As you can see, much more pearlescent white and looking a lot more plasticky, whereas the paint job on this one, as well as the variants in colors, or the shadings of the colors, make him look a lot more metallic. But yeah, I love the sculpt of this guy. They nailed it with the original Robot Spirits Turn A, and they nailed it yet again here with this guy. See, like, they even colored in, like, little bits of black and stuff, like on his arms and stuff. It looks great. I really love how this guy looks. So yeah, it's a shame not a lot of people have picked this guy up, and no one's, or at least I couldn't find anyone who's reviewed him. So yeah, good, short little parts to show him off. So now we're gonna get to something probably a bit more important now, which this guy, at least for mine, this guy definitely beats this guy. All right, so now let's go over Articulation. And if you own the original Robot Spirits Tornado Gundam, or you've seen a review about it, it's all pretty much the same. It's just a problem with mine specifically, and I do say mine specifically because, well, I have the other Tornado as I showed, and he doesn't have this issue, but half the limbs on mine are loose. They're not so loose that it's like a huge problem. I probably just need to like put some floor polish in and he'll be good to go. But yeah, it most likely is just a figure mine, so don't worry if you're trying to buy this dude. But yeah, like the old one, he's got a lot of different parts to him that I'll try and show off here. The only real difference, at least that I could notice, is the head. Now again, maybe it's just me, but you see the head moving all around here. It's not a huge amount of range, but it's there. On the old one, the head for mine is like really stiff and it barely moves at all. This one though, he doesn't really have that much of an issue. He can look all around, no problem, so that's cool. Alright, so now for the shoulders, if you just leave him as is, he can only raise his arm about that much. But what you can do is, as you see, there's some little flaps on the shoulder pad here. You can actually split the shoulder pad and then bring it up, and you have a whole bunch of motion in here, and you can see more of the joints. So you can tuck the joint, tuck it in just a little bit, and you can get full horizontal range. If the focus will please focus, please. Can I get you to focus? Is for suckers. Okay, so hopefully you guys can make it out anyway. All right, but yeah, you also have a swivel here where it connects to the ball hinge in the shoulder. But yeah, so if you want him to do that and then have it look natural, you can just close the shoulder pad back down over it, and bam, blends in perfect. However, if you want him to get his, because he doesn't really have a butterfly joint, as you can see, if you want him to get his arm across his chest, you gotta rotate the ball hinge there, and then he also has a forearm swivel, as well as another ball hinge there, as you can see at the elbow. And you gotta do some play here, and come on, my guy. There we go. And then yet again bring it down, but it'll obviously push the arm down a little bit if you try and pose it like that. So you can get the arms cross chest, just takes a little bit of work. But yeah, elbow, just that ball joint, but it bends like crazy, like all the way, especially when you get stuff out of the way. That's pretty dang good. And then the downside of having to rotate all these joints is that he can get all crazy. I have to keep fixing him off screen, sorry. But let's do that. There's also on the shoulders little flaps in the back. I don't know if you can really see that. Like, little flap right here. Oof, and as well as on the side. Which I haven't really found a huge use for him, but maybe you guys will. I don't know. And, oh no! Well, that's a little preview for later. There we go. As for the wrists, it's on a ball peg, so it itself doesn't do much, but the little piece here rotates around and moves around too, so you can hinge pretty okay. Not like the greatest, but it's there, so that's nice. Now, as for the diaphragm, there is a cut at the top and the bottom, but pretty much all the movement is at the bottom. But you can get pretty alright range out of it though. He can crunch forward that much, lean back pretty alright amount. He can lean side to side really well. Again, focus is for the weak. No need for that. But there, that's a little bit better. So yeah, he can rotate around pretty okay. As for, as you might have noticed here, this arm is a little loose. But as for his waist here, all these little flaps around ball pegs, they can all get out the way. See? A little loose. But yeah, all the little bits of the skirt, they can get out. So that's nice. So kicking forward, he can go 90. That's good. Going back, he can go 90. That's also good. Double jointed knee, pretty alright. Can bend all the way back. That's cool. And the little shin here swivels back and forth a little bit, and that's so that way you can replace the thrusters, which we'll talk about that in a second. And as for the foot, you can crunch it down for like flight poses, and you can also tilt it ever so slightly. Not by a whole lot though, because the spike from the design gets in the way. I feel like they maybe could have put a flap like on this line right here, so you could bend it out and like get it out of the way, but yeah, minimal ankle pivot, but what can you do? And then lastly, can he do the splits? Let's find out. The Turn A Gundam can in fact do full-on splits. Could do full-on splits if they weren't slightly loose, but yeah. So, oh, and at the upper joint, you know, you get your thigh swivel, which is nice. So yeah, this dude's got really, really good articulation. It takes a little work in some areas, especially when you get various other accessories involved, but yeah, any Turn A Gundam poses, and maybe even some not, that you want to get him into, no problem. So what complements all those poses? Accessories. So let's go over those next. Alright, so what accessories does this dude come with? Well, he comes with an alternate V-fin or mustache, which instead of the bendy plastic that the default one is, it's a solid one, which I really don't see the point of, but you know, hey, maybe you guys do. He comes with an open chest chassis full of missiles, that, because you know, he can store weapons in his chest. That's the thing Turn A can do. That's pretty awesome. He's got 2 beam sabers, as you do. He has a weapons rack that you can plug into his back, which is pretty dang cool, which can also hold 2 other accessories of his shield and his laser rifle, also in the metallic sheen that the figure is. Very nice. And he also comes with various different pairs of alternate hands. So he has the 2 fists that come on him, as you see. Then he has 2 open hands and a pair of gripping hands for his weapons. And last but not least, he comes with alternate thrusters. And for those who don't know the show, you might not really get what the difference is. But for those who don't know, minor spoiler, in the beginning of the show, the Turn A's thrusters are clogged. They're full of rocks, so it can't fly at first. And so that's what these alternate thrusters are meant to show. And, you know, that's a pretty alright sort of thought they put into that. And also, as I showed off with the boxes, you get a couple more accessories if you bought the weapons pack. And that, for the Turn A specifically, not going over the Turn X's accessories that come in it, you get the Gundam hammer, which is on a real chain, which is pretty cool, although it kind of makes posing it a little bit tricky. I think this is a assault rifle or a submachine gun. I don't know guns. Someone yell at me in the comments. It's fine. But yeah, alternate firearm. And lastly, the drill, which I think is called the Hyper Hammer. I'm not 100% sure on that. Sorry if I got it wrong. And last but not least, another thing you have to buy separate, a unique stand with the Moonlight Butterfly effect, which looks really dope. There's a clear version and a non-clear version. I bought the non-clear one because it was cheaper. And that's honestly, I kind of marked the figure down for this because, like, I get having to buy the Moonlight Butterfly separate because it also comes with a stand. Stands don't normally come with figures, or at least not the ones I get. When they do, I love it, but regardless. But for the weapons, they really should have been included with this figure. Honestly, I would have been more than willing to give up the alternate mustache and the clog thrusters for at least the Gundam hammer and the drill, you know? I mean, The other firearm's cool and all, but I could have went without. But, yeah, no. So, I don't like you gotta pay this extra money just to, you know, get a complete package. That sucks. That's a detriment for both this one and the original Turn A, but it is what it is. So, yeah. Overall, cool variety of options. I like the accessories. It just sucks you have to pay extra for them, and considering this is a bit of an older figure, that's a little bit of extra money you have to pay too. Alright, so before moving on, I actually want to take a closer look at some of these accessories included. I know I provided pictures, but they don't really give you the full detail of this thing. As you can see, I've got the Moonlight Butterfly in the background just because I always love that. But anyway, so first off, the shield here. Great metallic sheen, all that, as I noted. Something to note is that it doesn't just have to clip onto his back or onto the backpack. You can hinge the handle there for him to hold it proper on his arm. So, you know, as expected, great. And then next, we have his laser cannon, which, you know, again, same updated paint job. But a couple features I did not expect them to do. You know, right now it's in its compact mode, so you can clip it on his back or have him carry it by the handle on top. But you might need a toothpick or really good nails for this, but come on. I almost had you too. Well, you can hinge out the handle, okay, but something else I didn't expect them to do, actually. You can pull it, and as you can see, the alternate handle for its overcharge is there, or at least I think that's what he did to activate its overcharge. I remember him turning it and a huge laser coming out. It's been a little while since I've seen Turn A. Like 4-ish years, something like that. Anyway, it's a lot easier to get the handle out if you want him to hold it the traditional way, you know, when it's popped out. But yeah, that's really cool that they give you that option. Alright, so now moving on to the bonus ones, quote-unquote. Actually, before moving on, I guess I should show these off or someone's going to call me on it. In his accessories, there's also these two little holster things, but, like, I don't know if I'm just dumb or if it's just my figure or what. I looked at the instructions and everything. I could not get these things to clip onto him. I couldn't. I mean, they're supposed to be there to holster his beam sabers, but, like, yeah, I can't get them. So, like, maybe I need to go and watch a couple other reviews of the Robot Spirits Turn A to see how it's done, and maybe I'm just doing it wrong, which is likely. But, yeah, for mine, can't get them. But it is an option. Alright, so first off, let's look at the drill. And this one I'm actually kind of a little disappointed on. I don't know if you can really see it on my camera, but there is printing there. Although, granted, it's not really that noticeable. Like with the laser cannon, there is a handle that you can hinge down to get him to hold. Also, you probably guessed just by the sheer size of this thing. Actually, let's get it next to him so you can see. Yeah, it's a little heavier. At least for mine it is. Maybe just because his shoulders are a little loose. But yeah, getting him to hold it like straight forward, one-handed or something, yeah, it tends to weigh him down. And again, I don't know if it's just me, but the instructions show that he can, like in the show, hold on to these two side handles across his chest. But yeah, he kind of can't reach out that far. Or at least I couldn't get him to. Again, maybe there's something I'm missing. There's no parts that I could seem to pull off, or at least not without me fearing breaking it. So I wasn't going to try that. So again, if anyone else knows, you know, correct me. But it's a neat little accessory. It's just like a huge, heavy drill hammer thing, you know, if you want that option. Alright, so next up is the Gundam hammer. Actual chain, no rock boosters on, sadly. A little unwieldy, but, you know, as anything with a chain is, you're going to have to get creative with how you pose it. This is probably my favorite of the extras other than the Moonlight Butterfly. It's really cool and neat. I'm glad they gave us this. Although, again, I wish it had come with the figure instead of a separate pack. So, last but not least, we have this other rifle. Again, I don't know what the actual name is. I don't know shit about guns. So, yeah. He holds on to it pretty well. It works good. One weird thing, though, is that you can remove this handle, and you can attach this other handle right here. Okay? And it has a hand already in it. But I'm not sure who that hand is for, because as you can see, there's a peg in it. But the hole is way too small, so I don't know who the heck it's for. But, like, alright, whatever, it's a cool option. So, whatever. Alright, so, last but not least is here, the Moonlight Butterfly. And my advice, read the instructions. It may look simple, but it actually has a little bit of stuff to it. The big thing, I guess, to keep in mind is that there is an adapter specifically for the Turn A and one specifically for the Turn X. So keep that in mind. And also, you know, certain poses and angles will make it look like it's erupting from his head rather than his back. But, you know, that's all on you, technically. But yeah, I love it. I love the green stand here. It's really pretty. I love the effect itself. It's all good stuff. So, yeah, you know. Sucks you have to buy it all separate. Up to you if it's all worth that or not. Just wanted to give you the full lowdown there. So, now moving on. Okay, so now for the Nano Turn A Gundam's height. He's about, let's see. To the very top of his Spartan helmet there. It's about 5.5-ish inches. And for centimeters, for my foreign friends out there, he's about, little over 14 centimeters. So, okay, now for some height comparisons. Alright, so this one's going to be really quick because I don't have a lot of mecha figures. In fact, here's all of them. So, going from left to right, we've got the Rebel Tech YF-19, we have the Robot Spirits Hero Man, the Super Robot Chogokin Megazord, and for those of you who want him compared to a human figure for some reason, the SH Figuarts Star-Lord. So, you know, the Turn A Gundam is a smaller sized Gundam, so I actually think he scales pretty well with most other mecha, and you know, in the case of Hero Man can change his size, so he can work in any scale, it doesn't matter. So, yeah. There you go. So yeah, that was height. Alright guys, so that's my review of the Robot Spirits Nano Finish Turn A Gundam. If I had to give this guy a rating, I would give him a 5 out of 6. I really, really like how this dude turned out. It sucks that you have to buy separate accessories for him, you know, spend all that extra money, and the looseness of the joints on mine is definitely a detriment. Like, I'm posing him terribly, I know, but like, what can you see but like, what can you do? But yeah, I love the sculpt, I love the articulation, I love the silver finish of the dude. It just all around is a great figure to me, especially when you actually do have all these accessories you can pose him next to and whatnot. Yeah, he scales well with a lot of other 1/144 scale mechs. And yeah, just if you like the original Robot Spirits Turn A, there's really not much of a reason you'll dislike this guy. So I definitely recommend him. Again, 5 out of 6, almost perfect score. So yeah, that's my review. Hope I was comprehensive for you. Stay tuned.